Good evening. So Horizon Zero Dawn. I know I'm late. Spare me. I got the game around about my birthday, and I absolutely love this game. I love this game for so many reasons. Um, God, where do I start? Okay, so things I love about the game: the free roam, a lot like Skyrim, a lot like Fallout. You can just go off and do side quests, just explore, which is wonderful because the absolute design of this game is beautiful. I mean, the scenery, the landscape, just it's so immersive. It's just it's an incredibly detailed and beautiful game. Let's see. Things that stood out about the game that I absolutely love. I love the way that they really focused on kind of getting rid of these gender norms. Your character is a female character. She's a redhead, and she grows up in a society tribe that is run by women. It is a matriarchy, but it's a very strange matriarchy because typically what we consider matriarchal roles is very mother, very nurturing, and while they do in their own right worship a mother deity, the all mother as they call her, it's incredible how the tribe's leadership will decide if someone, no matter what age, can be outcast from the tribe for whatever multitude of reasons, um, and to go against the considered natural urge of a woman to be nurturing, especially to a child. Your character, when we meet her, she's a little baby, and then you get to interact with her when she is about 5, 6 years old. She wants to interact with children, she wants to interact with mothers, and literally the tribe has ordered everyone to ignore this girl's existence and to shun her. Literally, that is the order of the tribe, is to shun this girl, and she doesn't know why. And I was really shocked at how they put this into play, where it goes against what people consider to be the woman's natural urge to nurture and protect. Interesting for a matriarchy. Ha! Role reversal there. I also like the fact that you had characters who kind of looked very androgynous, and they made it a point to let you know that the characters themselves know that they're androgynous. They even kind of take on the role of being very non-binary in many ways. There's even mini side quests where we are introduced to uh, uh, LGBT relationships. Let me not call it that. There's homosexual relationships in the game. They're not like what someone would say is flaunted in the game, but it's interesting the way it's just so smooth in how they put it into the workings of the game, in the dialogue of characters you come across when you do certain side quests. They're referring to a lover who they've lost, and then it's like, oh, it's this guy who's talking about his lover who was a sculptor. And if you pay attention to the dialogue, he does say, his hands were wonderful. He misses this. He wants to be able to look at his last piece of work. And I was just like, oh, they just subtly slid that in there. It's beautiful. You meet a general who literally looks androgynous, and literally your character Aloy kind of points out, you don't normally see women from that tribe in leadership positions, and she explains the fact that while yes, you don't find me someone who's going to challenge me, and basically making it a point that my gender is not, going to classify me as being capable of being in this leadership position. So my gender is not important to me. And I thought that was incredibly ingenious to put this into the game's actual storyline. Also, the fact that this game takes place like 3,500 years in the future, and there's been the apocalypse and the world's ended and it's trying to reset itself, and you find all these intricate ways of how it's being made to reset itself. And human life has been allowed to start anew, but with no knowledge of their past. And the interesting part of having no knowledge of the past is there's no preconceived notions of race, there's no preconceived notions of gender norms, of gender roles, of sexuality roles. There's none of that. So literally human beings are allowed to interact and coexist in what one could say as close as possible to a natural way which is just however they feel. It also proves a point that religion in any sense can just fuck up everything. Religion does help to keep people ignorant to things. It keeps people ignorant to learning different people. When they try to save the world as it's failing, as you learn throughout the game's story, there were these cradles, which are just, human incubation sites for the next human race to be allowed to exist. They're placed all over the world, but they don't know about each other. The program that's designed to educate them about their history is destroyed prior to them coming into existence. So literally, these new human beings who have no concept of their past ancestors and the history of the human race are literally let out into a world that's now habitable, but they have no clue how to survive. They're literally just, instinct and ingenuity and creativity on your own. And it's pretty interesting the way they've done that, and I thought it was just incredible. You see all these female characters in lead roles, but they also encourage the fact that, you're also seeing non-binary characters, you're seeing gay characters, you're seeing male characters, and the interaction is so not typical of what we see in gender roles in video games. I thought that was incredible that they put this in this game, and also considering that you are playing a female lead through the whole thing. That's nothing new to video games, playing a female lead. Yeah, you've had it in hundreds of games, but it's the way that this feminine story is wrapped into the whole thing. And when I say feminine, I don't want to scare anybody away with the term feminism, which is now like a curse word practically. I just mean the fact that there's all these feminine overtones and undertones throughout the game in a way that we have not seen in previous games. We've had women in games, we've had female characters in games, but not in the way that Horizon has done it. So kudos to them. Horizon is spectacular as a game. I had to kind of chuckle to myself because they kind of hint basically throughout the whole story that the end of the world comes to be because of a man, because of greed, because of power hungriness, and not listening to women. And then, the plan to save the existence of the Earth gets a hiccup halfway through it because of the same guy that causes the end of the world. How apropos. Again, claiming that men ruin everything. Sorry, guys. That's just the way the game came across. No, it's not my fault. I didn't do that. But if you haven't already, if you were considering getting Horizon, please go get it. It's a great game, great, compelling story. The story is so compelling. Oh my gosh. And it's just a fun game. It's just absolutely beautiful play. That's my 2 cents. And next time.